One thing that I've learned is that choosing yourself and putting yourself first does not happen overnight. It's a process, and it's something that you have to practice every single day. I used to be a really big people pleaser. I would hang out with people just because I thought that's what I wanted, even though I had that instinct that I'd rather not be around people. I just did it anyway because I thought that would make me happy. But I was ignoring my intuition, which is not really choosing yourself. And I also put up with a lot of people not treating me very well because I was scared to make those people upset if I said no to hanging out or being around them. I finally asked myself, what about me? Spending so much time worrying about these other people's feelings, but what about myself? It can definitely be hard to choose yourself. It can be hard to be consistent, definitely. You could be great at choosing yourself one day, and then the next day you are horrible at it and you go back to those toxic habits. At the end of the day, it's human nature to crave connection, and sometimes we put up with toxic dynamics because we feel like we don't have any other option or any other person or people that we can go to, which is sad. But especially as a young adult, I feel like it's still hard for us to wrap our minds around the fact that you don't have to put up with people who treat you badly, because being alone or not having a community or group is some horrible thing. Having yourself and respect for yourself enough to not put up with people that treat you badly is better than what any community could give you. So my strategies are always changing on how I get myself to do things, but I like to call this strategy the soulmate strategy. So, little backstory. One thing that I always have wanted ever since I was a kid, and I blame movies and books for this, but I always wanted to find my soulmate. One day I'm gonna fall in love, I'm gonna find my other half. So one thing that I started doing is when people treat me badly or when I don't feel good, when I need comfort, I ask myself, what would my soulmate, whoever they are, what would my soulmate do for me right now to comfort me? Or what would they tell me to do? Or how would they treat me that's different than how this person that's hurting me is treating me? And honestly, that strategy has worked so much because when you put it into simple terms like that, it just kind of makes sense. To me, at least. Something that works for one person doesn't always work for another person. One thing that this taught me is that I can be my own soulmate. And whoever I end up being with, if I ever find a soulmate, they won't be my source of self-love. I would have already created that for myself. They will just be an addition to that. And I feel like that's a really great thing to practice and to learn. At the end of the day, life is a learning experience, and there's no right way to live life. There just isn't. There's no script on how you're supposed to do things. It's important that you make sure you take care of yourself, because that is the one person who's going to be there for you no matter what. Which I know is a cliche, a lot of people say that, but yourself is the only person that's with you 24 hours a day. They know all of your thoughts. They know what hurts you, what doesn't hurt you, what makes you happy. They're the only person. So why wouldn't you invest in that relationship and make sure to take care of that person? Choosing yourself does not happen overnight. It's a process. So yeah,